Hello everyone, this is Jasmine aka gladiatorinsweats, and I'm here with the daily tarot message for today. I believe it is Thursday, August 9th, 2018. So happy Thursday to everyone. Just a few days before the new moon, but it's also the new wave spell cycle, and it's the blue night wave spell. So I'm just going to discuss that a little bit, as today is the blue magnetic night galactic signature. So what not better time to talk about it in a little bit more in depth than today. So a quote from the Yuahu lineage, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, "What occurs around you and within you reflects your own mind and shows you the dream you are weaving." So this speaks of us actively working with our dream state and our dream realm to lucidly dream, but lucidly create from the astral to physically manifest. So just some key things that are coming up with this energy, or just the focus of this energy, is dreams, abundance, and intuition. So it's really based off of the understanding that the universe is fluid and it's malleable, that it's an unlimited creative source, that it's an intelligence of its own that ultimately shapeshifts in response to our inner perceptions and to our inner desires. So this wave spell questions and asks us, what are we dreaming up in our life? What are we actively thinking about, daydreaming about, even, just unconsciously dreaming about in our life? So the things that may be coming up can be, belief systems or, rationale that just doesn't serve us or doesn't really fit with our, our dreams, but really is of us letting go of rationale and trusting our intuition. And we're able to redeem materialism by honoring abundance, by being in gratitude for the gifts and blessings that already exist for us. And acknowledging that true wealth is not found in, the collection or acquisition of material goods and items, but it's shown through gratitude. It's shown through the abundance and the treasure of gratitude, and acknowledging the blessings, like I said, that already exist around us, and us really being able to even just re-examine what is valuable, re-examine what we hold value for. So again, another quote from the lineage, I believe from the venerable, I'm so terrible with these names. So again, it's from, I believe, a member of the Yuahu lineage. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. "Acknowledge the abundance in our life. It creates waves of grace of which to move in the world. Generosity means giving, and it begins in the heart by affirming confidence in the abundance of the universe. Abundance flows in a circle, so when you fear and think scarcity thoughts, then the flow of abundance in our lives becomes constricted. Generous actions from a generous heart bring peace and abundance for you and all in the circle." And so one of the things that I ultimately even just gathered from that quote is, yes, that generosity, it means giving, but it's giving from this, like I said, this affirming confidence that there's abundance in the universe and that there's abundance for all. Giving from a space of, what I'm giving to you, I will receive back if I need it, or what have you. And really understanding and honoring that. And it's really in that sort of giving sort of heart space that we're able to not just give from an abundant space, but we're able to give with, again, a trusting confidence that, whatever that we do need will come back to us or will come to us. So yeah, again, all of this talking about us being able to, again, really taking some deep looks at our beliefs and our thoughts, because again, that's where it all starts. That's where it's all created and all manifests in the beginning. So, just going on into the collective reading for today, and the cards for today. So, I do have this Page of Cups for the collective energy, and so I feel this is really about us opening up to our creative gifts of abundance and opening up more to the unknown and being more trusting in our intuition. So I feel like this is very much a resonant card to go with this blue night wave spell. But not just that, I believe the moon will be shifting into Cancer at some time later tonight. So it could also be speaking about that as we enter into this Cancer energy. But more than that, what came to my mind was also new moon, new me. So again, I feel maybe this is really us already picking up on these new energies, these energies of freshness, of being reborn, of being able to like start fresh on a clean slate, to be able to create from a blank canvas once again. And maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable with trusting our intuition and trusting our intuitive knowings and feelings, and feeling still raw and vulnerable. And so I feel again there's this creation of our new shells, if you will, like new persona, new skin, not in a sense of like hardening to be scared and block you from the world, but the same way everything has a sort of energetic boundary, or else we would all just mash up into a huge blob of matter, right? So boundaries are good. So this guidance and insight that I feel with I got 3 cards, and it was a 6 of Wands, the Hierophant, and 6 of Coins in reverse. So with 2 sixes and this Hierophant in the middle, my first thought is us seeing the puppeteer behind the curtain, otherwise us seeing like the root of the illusions for what they are. The way that I'm seeing this 6 of Wands, in the way that maybe the longer that we look at things, it's like when you're able to be in a state of stillness, or not just stillness, but the way that this dragon is just really staring at this diamond. And I feel like it's like the longer you look, the longer you can like see almost past, almost like a mirage. Like I know like it's a play on the eyes, and then when you're able to focus, or you're really able to see through it, and you see, oh yeah, that was a mirage, that wasn't real. And that's kind of what I feel here. But not just that, it could also be about realizing that what glitters isn't always gold. Recognizing the imbalance in our values, or really in how we go after our values. I even can see this as changing up our perspective of chasing our goals, and maybe switching into a gear of magneticism, of us calling in what it is that we wish to create. But ultimately, I do feel that it's about our values, our belief systems being called into check, and not just being reevaluated, but I see this as kind of being rebalanced, a reintegration going on. But I see it as like just like an update or an upgrade. Yeah, that's how I kind of see it. I mean, even with this Death at the bottom of the deck, but always in 3s, we have underneath that Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. So again, this Death card, speaking of this deep cellular change that's been taking place over quite a long time, but it's because it's a very deep process. We're not just changing ourselves from the inside out, but we're also really dealing with a lot of mindsets and belief systems that, I mean, we all are very much aware that these have gone on for much longer than we've been alive. So this kind of change does take time. But more so, underneath that, with that Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I feel there's like a revealing of our new spiritual confidence and our ability, a renewed creativity, possibly like opening of our psychic channels, of our ability to pick up on different emotions and different energies. But not just that, it could also just be about our new creative sources all within. There's just a lot of this like fire and water, like energy and alchemy going on here. So that could even be, changing into these less dense states. Like, reminds me of evaporation. So there's this transcension going on. There's this ascension. I believe that's the actual word for it, right? Of really shifting out of these really dense states, these really structured states, moving into a more fluid energy, but not just that. I really do feel like this is even just resonant about the earth and the collective as a whole, really moving from being focused on what's physically in front of us, being so focused on the materialism of things, and again on the acquisition of goods, and that being like the definition of value, or what makes someone worthy or of worth, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I ultimately feel, even under that was the Page of Wands. So again, both with this page energy, it's like this newness where we're really, I feel like, trying out our new abilities, or rather, I feel like we're gaining our feet as we're relearning. Yeah, like relearning the ways of how to maneuver as our perceptions of things are changing, and as we're trusting our intuition more, even the way that we do things is changing. We're able to do a lot physically less, because we don't have to do so much seeking outside of ourselves as well. So that's also really not just the plus side, but that's really the point of working more with your dreams and working more with the mental, because you don't have to do so much physically to get things going, or you do. It's really about the balance. So, and that could even just be spoken here with the Six of Wands and the Six of Coins, of knowing when to give, when to do a lot, and when to receive, and allow the information to come to you, and allow the clarity to come to you. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I believe that's really it. I know we do have Venus in Libra that begins squaring Saturn and Capricorn today. So this feels kind of like where our desire to create these warm, sociable, harmonious relationships with other people and our environments, I feel we're really having to, again, kind of square off with the current structures. And I feel like this is maybe even talking about this Hierophant card here, about like the current structures that be, the current powers that be, that kind of hold this power structure currently in play. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, check out any of the previous content. I did upload a rather different video earlier this morning, just really talking about like the manipulation in relationships when it comes to power, and really when it comes to all of this idea of like who holds more of the emotional power in a relationship, and why ultimately it just doesn't serve to really hold on to this idea that anyone needs to be like in more power than the other. I feel like that's just a basic like common sense concept, but I feel like we can get really triggered, or we can get really like stuck in our past emotions of how things went, to where like we really are not able to perceive interacting with other people or dating in a more vulnerable or honest way. So I just want to talk a little bit about that, so you can check that out if you would like to. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys a little bit more, of course, tomorrow. So until then, much love, and of course, many blessings to you all, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.